we're back from our PP pause, I guess.
Yeah, Onk had to go to the toilet.
Yes. Ankh needs to get his butthole fingered to for his fucking thing. Exactly.
That's Trump. But
now we're gonna talk about some
more fun topic.
Fun stuff.
We do a podcast.
Yes.
If you know that. But we also listen or watch podcasts.
Yes.
And of course, sorry.
We consume content.
Of course, yeah, we are human beings. And we have podcasts that we like and podcasts that we don't like.
Yep.
And I will start like a review from HR, from
what are you gonna start with? A good one?
Yeah, of course, good one, bad one, then good one again.
Okay.
I like podcasts where they explain you the lore of a world, like Harry Potter.
So nerdy.
Not really nerdy, but not like the podcast who explains you like in terms that you don't know, but for beginners, they say, that's the world and they have that characters and they do that, and they don't over explain it, but you understand the world better. And I mean, you could also read a second, like a book, or listen to the experts on the topic, but I think the experts, like they kind of destroy the lore because there's a made-up world, and they are like, oh, but that's not logical. Well, that would be not possible. But in the film, it happened. But it's not possible. And shout out to the people who make podcasts for beginners to, to going into a world like Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and so on. I boycott J.K. Rowling, and for me also. I just watched the first 7 movies, and the things after, I don't care. But I like that kind of podcast. I love them.
Okay. Then I'll do a good one as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I like podcasts like Fear Ant, or what was the other one? The Yard. They're both just podcasts where friends, they just sit together, they do some jokes, they have fun. Yeah, I like those kinds of.
What kind of, like, I know the second, I guess, is
The Yard is like that's who is in there. Ludwig is in there.
Yeah.
He's the YouTuber streamer.
Yeah.
Slime also, he's also like a streamer. Aiden, I don't know his YouTube handle or whatever. Anyway, they are just a bunch of like streamers, YouTubers, content creators. There are friends.
Okay.
And they talk about fun things. They make good jokes.
Yeah.
It's quite nice to watch.
Oh, okay. That's not always political and not always Epstein.
Yeah. I mean, they do also talk about politics,
but not like in this intense doomerism way. Like, yeah, it's great. Not always doomerism. I hate doomerism. Yeah. Like, because if the people who do doomerism get their way, like, it would be like, oh, nothing never changed. You got vote. The Epstein files would never release. Like, no,
we would have a world.
Yeah. Now to a podcast that I type of podcast that I don't like. That, like, I hate it. True crime podcasts. For me to listen to a true crime podcast, it's like to listen or to read or see the worst part of the Epstein files. It's disgusting. It's disturbing. I don't do that for fun. I do that to make people aware. There is connections between countries and so on.
Yeah.
And people. And then you have to, why the people who make this podcast make it, I know it's clicks, money and so on, but the people who listens to them, I think they're weird. Like, they listen to them and they go, before they sleep, they go listen to them, or they eating popcorn. They're like, great, great. And then her Anna loved her, and then she chopped her and eat her, and they're watching it like they're watching a normal movie, but it's a real story. And I will never understand that. And it's always the same thing, kind of. You know, you have a guy who kills a lot of, most time is a man, kills a lot of people, then he get caught because he wants to get caught. Then he gets caught, then sometimes they kill him, the police kills him, or he gets goes to prison. And then they ask the neighbors, and the neighbors always says the same thing. Oh, we didn't know. And
we could have never known.
And what should they say? You know, they couldn't say, oh, he was always very weird and he killed the neighbor's cat, but we never do something about it. Of course, they will say, oh no, we didn't know that.
Yeah.
And what's the benefit to talk about a crime story that happened 40 years ago, where everyone is dead, everyone is prosecuted? Like, they should talk about the Epstein files, because there is that's a thing that happened, is still going on, and there's a cover up. Like, there's a purpose to suffer, to listen, to read and listen to the things in the Epstein files, because there are things, if they were not redacted, that will be CSAM, that what they show you, and it's not easy to watch that. And I don't understand these people. Like, why are you watching it? Why are you listening to that? Why is this even a market that you have true crime? And then
I can, you know, and I understand what you're saying, but I do from time to time also watch true crime things.
Like the most fucked up thing, or just like, there was a murder and then they caught him, or it's like,
no, just random. I don't know. Like, sometimes very fucked up things, sometimes not that fucked up things, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes you have a murder and then police investigates and they find him and then so on. But sometimes you have just people who describe it very detailed, what the guy did to the woman.
What I watched, what I like to watch a lot of the times is the ones where they also show the person in the interrogation room.
There's this meme with this. Is this person in the room with us? Yeah.
Yeah, I watch them a lot more. Used to watch them a lot more.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I like maybe once in a while I'll like put up video. What was it called? JCS or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
I like those.
Oh, it's cool
from time to time.
Yeah.
But honestly, if you watch that too much, those kinds of content, if you watch it too much, it cannot be good for your mental health. It cannot.
Yeah. I have 2 red flags by women. Yeah. Okay. Like, first, she has LinkedIn. Second, she watches true crime podcast. Like, everything other is fine. Like, but these 2 things, no, never. Then our podcast that I don't like, it's a short part. Alpha Male Crypto Podcast.
Yes.
I think it's self-explanatory. It's scam, grift, kind of right-wing framing, and kind of young women are better than old women, or that the younger the better. Like,
yeah, it's just
Epstein coded.
Yeah, it's very bad, very very bad.
Yeah.
Okay, to
Now,
a podcast that I like, right, or that I don't like.
You can.
Oh, wait, that I don't like. I like those ones. I don't like those ones where they are interviews, but all of the questions are like really softball.
Nelk Boy, yeah.
Yeah, for example, Nelk Boys, for example. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why even have a person like that in front of you? Where, of course, yes, but why even not even for money? Like, why even do it for money?
Like,
do you not at least feel like do you like not have any dignity, or I don't know, some kind of pride in what you're doing? Like, what the fuck? Why? I mean, also they could make a lot more money if they actually asked them the proper questions, you know.
Yeah, it would go viral, but it was like, oh, Netanyahu is there. they asked my question. It was Hamas. Hamas did everything.
Yeah.
Hamas. And it was like, I mean, he can't come here to Austria. He would get arrested, Netanyahu. But if we would have an interview with a person that we don't like, or like it's an evil person like Donald Trump or so on, it would be a hardball
Of course.
interview. Like no questions before maybe we will say to him, we will talk about that. That's would be the
Yes.
topic. But not like we give him 10 questions and you have to approve it. Like it's not Korean style.
Like approving questions bullshit. No, that's nothing good. It's not valid at all.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? We meet for an interview and then you are the one actually deciding what questions I am going to ask you.
And you
Like,
cannot, you can't push back. Like you
Yeah.
can't say, but you said that, but that's not true. But like the interview was like, it was all Hamas, like because of Hamas. Or like,
Yes, to take the Nelk Boys interview.
Yeah,
as an
and
example.
they're like my age, but they're acting like they are 19 years old. If
Yeah.
we can do a net boy style interview because I don't have a cap, like I don't, and
And we don't make as much money.
yeah, but that's the reason we don't have war criminals.
Yeah.
We don't interview war criminals. Now you can see because I will say the last good thing about the what I like
Mhm.
to the last, and do you also have
What did I have?
that you like?
Comedy podcasts.
Oh,
There
I
are
like
very good comedy podcasts. For example, Gianmarco Soresi,
Yeah.
he has a good podcast. Caleb Hayron also has a good I think he also has a good podcast, very funny. Who else is there? Of course, there are also some that I do not like. Andrew Schultz, hate that dude, fuck him. Or
We could never know that Trump would do that.
of course, of course.
He just said say it through a bullhorn, like, I will
Yeah.
do it, and they're like, oh.
He acts like he's like 12 years old and his parents were like, oh yeah, we are for sure gonna get you candy, and then he didn't get candy and he was like,
Yeah.
oh, how could I have known?
And he's self patronizing him, like he's like my age and he's dressing like a 20-year-old.
Yeah, which is also a bit.
Why are they doing that?
Yeah. I'm in my mid-20s. I dress like this. I can.
But he's like my age and he dressed
Yeah.
like a teenager, like kind of what he thinks like young people dress. Acting your age is way cooler than.
Yes.
But now to a podcast type that I really, really, really like
Mm-hmm.
is Italian American podcasts. I love them. I love the accent. I love the food. I love the discussions. It's like always about can you do pineapple on a pizza, or like about what is really Italian food, what is not really Italian food. It's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
They say words in a funny way, and we have just to show you.
Gabago.
Gabago.
Over here.
Oh wait. Okay.
You crushing my balls. Like,
There we go. We have this.
I think this guy is not really Italian.
Is this sound okay?
It's a remix.
Yes, it's true. I'm not really Italian. I've always pretended to be Italian online, so... Oh, ma che ci fa? Oh, sono tutto. È pronto? Io stavo a fare un
Vabbè,
video.
senti, io devo prima fermarmi a prendere un po' di benzina perché
Sì, però stavo a finire il
sto
video
quasi
qua, no?
secco io.
Fake Italian, by the way. Fake Italian.
Yeah, like I love that kind of that kind of podcast, because it's not always the hard topics. There is no Donald Trump on an Italian American podcast. It's good. Like the vibes.
Even though Donald Trump is from New York.
Yeah, I mean, he's not Italian descendant. He's German. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're from New York City, I think you would have a better chance at being on an Italian American podcast.
Yeah, they live in New York, New Jersey, but most like there. And I think it's interesting because I'm also an Italian fan. The Sud is Italian, for example.
Mm.
I was in Sicily, I was in Rome, I was in Naples, I was in Milan, I was in a lot of places.
You lived a month in
Milan,
Milan,
as
yeah.
a Erasmus student. Yeah.
Yes.
And it was interesting because they talk about things, spaghetti meatballs and Chicago style pizza. It looks more like a pie. And then you go to Italy, and then they don't have that there because they.
Because it's not Italian.
Yeah, it's Italian American. Like
It's Italian American. Yeah, it's inspired by Italian, but
because
it's
sometimes you don't have the ingredients
Yeah.
for certain things. Like you want to make a carbonara, okay? You need pecorino romano cheese. It's
a specific kind of cheese.
it's from sheep milk.
Okay.
So and then that's the first problem. You don't find that not everywhere like back in the day. Then you need guanciale, that's a special kind of bacon, like but it's not like. Then you have people they use bacon to make the carbonara,
Ew.
like or other kinds of.
You're not supposed to do that. Are you?
Yeah, but they in America, they over there, they created food that the Italians don't know, and
Americans also didn't know.
yeah, they say, oh, mac and cheese is the most Italian thing, and it's not. It sounds very Italian, I know, mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
Yeah, and then you have people who have discussions. They say, I'm really Italian, and then they pronounce words differently, but sometimes they don't speak the language, or they speak their local dialect. Like I speak a little bit of Italian, like
Mhm.
ciao, come stai, and so on.
What was it?
Un espresso per favore.
Yes, exactly.
Uh,
I speak the Italian.
yeah, fafangulo. And then you listen to them, and it's hard to understand them because they speak either they speak like they pronounce words very American.
They learn an old dialect, but they Americanize it.
Yeah.
Basically.
Or they can't say it for example, there was a clip with this Italian American podcast where they say it's called not it's called mozzarella, and it's like mozzarella.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
like it's not called mozzarella. No, it's how did he say?
He said like
It's not-
mozzarella.
yeah, it's not called mozzarella. Mozzarella. It's called mozzarella.
And and it's not like there is no true way to say it because you have a dialect, you have Sicily. For example, I understand a little bit of Italian, but then when you go to Sicily or different places, you don't understand them. And it's interesting how people who
Also, the Italian that we know today is what was it? Florentian Italian.
that's the standard
That's the standard.
Italian. Yeah.
Yes. Before that, you also had like very varying dialects of Italian.
Yeah.
You could basically say you had different languages
That's like
where people like actually couldn't understand each other properly.
yeah, they use different words. It's just it doesn't mean they're wrong.
Yeah.
And you have also some the judge on the TV, like Frank Campio, like the old guy.
Didn't he die?
Yeah, last
he
year.
died, yeah.
He was also on an Italian American podcast, and he explained this like because he's so old that he couldn't date a girl because he's like Frank. Okay, he's American, but because he have Italian descent.
Yeah.
But he's like like he talks about the 50s, like and it's interesting because you have also around the world diasporas from other countries, and their cultures, it's in a vacuum, like in a time vacuum, like the stuck there, and how they talk, how they culture. But of course, a lot of them are like just regular Americans, like they have maybe the Italian name, but they just
They can't speak the language. They don't really know the culture.
Yeah.
Which is bad.
Yeah.
Anyone who is part of a diaspora do try to keep the culture alive.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
You do not have to do the things that are bad,
yeah,
right? They're like, we know that culture in the diaspora works a bit differently since, as you said before, it is kind of stuck in time.
Yeah.
But we are human, we evolve, we can pick and choose
Yeah.
what parts we want to give to the next generation, or what parts we want,
Yeah.
and what parts where we can be like, yeah, okay, it's okay if that dies out. If this part dies out, that's totally fine.
I mean, people just have the Italian name and not the not really things about it. They just know what their grandma, nonna told them, or
Yeah.
the grandpa. And it's a that's a one kind of podcast I listen, and it's not like always like about bad things, it's about food. I was in a lot of places in Italy. I can recommend you to travel to Italy, not only to the like where Americans go in Italy, Rome,
Mm.
Venice. Okay, and Italy, very touristic places. But sometimes you have to go out, off off the road, like Sicily, for example, like just rent a car. It's driving there is a little bit of dangerous, because they have traffic laws, but not really. And then you have the other thing. Then sometimes you have people, they say, oh, I want to see the real country. Like you can use it for other countries, like real France, real Italy, real Spain, so on. And they go off the touristic roads, and then they go to a very authentic place, and they are like, oh, nobody speaks English here. Like,
What do you expect? What the fuck do you expect?
Normally,
They don't get any English speakers.
Yeah, the other Italians go there to make vacation, and you are here like you want the authentic experience, and then you are like, they don't speak English, and then they don't have pizza with pineapple on it, or other things. Yeah, like and
The only thing you have to do if you go somewhere, learn a couple of sentences, a couple of words. That's enough. If you do that, the people are going to be very understanding and very, very helpful.
Yeah, and I have never, like, people say if you go to France, they are very rude and so on. I never discovered that. I behaved like normal. Like sometimes you have tourists in Spain. They have signs. They say, or in Italy also, they have like you can go within a bikini or with your shorts
into a church.
Yeah, and normal people know that, but the tourists are like, oh, we drunk, and most of the tourists are German or British, like worst tourists ever.
Yes.
In Europe, like America is another.
I swear to God, British tourists are so bad.
Like if they like the island, stay there. You voted for Brexit, stay there. Please stay there.
Yes, stay there. Don't go vacationing somewhere else. You wanted it. You got it. Fucking stay there.
Yeah, they got their wish. Like why?
Yeah, and then it's the same people who are like, oh, you're in England, you have to talk English. But then when they go somewhere else, they do not learn any words. They do not learn a language.
And you have a lot of people who say, I only speak English. That's not a flex. Like,
it isn't. It's actually very bad.
They don't have schools over there in England and second language. Like, I don't know. And then you have diasporas. That's a funny topic. In Spain, from English people, they have their own community and their own, like they don't speak any word Spanish, maybe hola and that kind of thing. And then you have on the comments people like, but they are not immigrants. They are, I don't know, retired expats and so on. And they don't get money from social systems, kind of.
So?
And now the funny thing is, the people in England, they also work. Like every Pakistani, Indian person is on welfare.
Most people work.
Yeah, we make the world like we want to, like build a different reality. And yeah, I like England wanted, but the majority of Brexit is dead. But yeah, the Italian American podcast, I love it. I like maybe if this don't work out, we make an Italian American podcast. Like we're pretending because they don't speak very well Italian. We just pretend it like we can also mispronounce words. Like
okay.
Yeah, if this
that sounds like a good business idea, I have to say.
Yeah, like Three Brothers, this business,
Can all act like we're Italians.
But Italian Americans.
Italian American. I think that's gonna. Well, actually, no.
Even the accent is different when somebody who has first language Italian and speaks
Yeah.
English, and somebody from New Jersey, New York, who is Italian and maybe speaks Italian, but they have like this.
I'm walking here.
Yeah, he was the best guy around.
He was the best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder?
What was this one?
No!
Yeah,
Oh,
Gabago. Over here.
yeah. I mean, yeah, Gabagool. In
Gabagool.
Naples, they call it like that, but in the rest of Italy, they have a Capicolo.
yes, they, of course.
Yeah, I mean, we are not far away from Italy.
Yes,
No, it's like
couple hours.
5
Quite
hour
far.
drive, and we're on the Mediterranean Sea.
Yeah.
I like the Mediterranean Sea, and it was planned to make an Italy special. Like I found cheap tickets, cheap hotel. It outside the season. It's 20 degrees in Sicily.
Yeah. But your BMW broke down.
Average BMW, yeah. And I paid €1,000 for the filter, like and now I pay 600 for kind of turbo related issue. I mean, yeah, that's the meme from the BMW driver,
yeah.
but it doesn't have problem. But yeah, because of my great car, we don't have an Italy special like Sicily. 3 days, like it's a 2-hour flight. It's cheap. Hotels are cheap. Food is cheaper than here.
Yeah.
And I also visited, to show you that I'm a real fan. I also visited the places where they filmed The Godfather.
Oh yeah, you showed me. You
Yeah.
showed me the pictures.
Like not all places, of course. Sicily looks small, but it's a big island. But some of the places are very near to each other. Like it's you see that and you say, oh, after 50 years, it's still standing. It's
And it looks the same.
yeah, that's the reason I always prefer make a vacation in Europe, because you have a city like historic city center, then you have more modern buildings, then you have like the new buildings, but in the cities in the new world, like in the former colonies,
Yeah.
the cities are not that old. Like maybe New York is 400 years old, but the other cities are like 200 years old, and you see that there are no
Yeah.
historic building, and even if
And it seems like they don't want to have any historic buildings. Like
Well, do you know-
they all make it very cheaply, where it's like, okay, this building is gonna be gone in a couple decades.
yeah, and the thing is, they also had like cities like Europe, like in America, but they destroyed the buildings. For what?
What?
To build lanes for cars.
Oh, great.
Great job,
Amazing.
America. And New York have New York is like a European city, I would say. Like you have the historic city, you have old buildings, you have a metro, like a subway,
Yes.
not the sandwich, and rats, but we don't have rats in or subway. Like I would say malls and less, like not like this monster.
Yeah, no, we don't have those fucking mutated things.
Yeah,
You will maybe see. I've
a small mouse.
Yeah, I've seen maybe like 1 or 2 mice in 15 years of using public transport.
Also, like you see just one, and then it's scared and runs away. And
Yeah. Also, they are scared.
Yeah, not
know,
the rats. They're fighting for a bagel. Like
Yeah,
they want to eat.
They'll fucking throw hands to get a bagel off of you.
Oh yeah, and they don't scared of cats or nothing.
Dogs,
Nothing.
humans.
Like,
Yeah.
And yeah, but yeah, I love like Italian American podcasts. Like you could say they're all the same. No, it's not, because everybody have a different experience as somebody who has this descent, or like
Yeah.
because some family were more conservative, other wanted to be like American, and everybody have a different
Yeah, they also had different reasons of going to America.
yeah, it was mostly fascism and poverty.
Yes.
But it also was about No, it was the main reasons. Of course, and New Life, because they were poor and nothing there. But they also had some people said my mother spoke Italian, but she don't teach me. She said you are American, and that's the reason why he didn't learn it. And some of them learned it like our parents are also Turkish.
Yes.
Like our family was when Grandpa came in 68 here.
Yeah.
And we learned Turkish from our parents, and I hope I will also teach my future children that. But different stories. Like there is not like you have one podcast and all. It's like
No. It's. I mean, they're all people. They all have their own stories.
of course, and all their recipes that they have a family recipe. You have the standard recipe. And they say no, my family make it always like that, and
Yes.
it's not fake.
Yeah, it's a family recipe.
Yeah, somebody would say, oh, that's not a real. I don't know it's not a real bolognese or al ragu, but it's a family recipe. Of
Yeah.
course, you have the official recipe of bolognese, like
Yeah.
of the ragu, but the original recipe don't have even tomatoes in it. Like,
Mhm.
but people in Italy use tomatoes to make it.
Yes.
So there is no wrong and right, like in that case, yeah. But do you have something to say about?
No, I don't think so.
Because we don't have the same algorithm and not the same.
Exactly.
Like, what's your favorite podcast? I guess our podcast, but you also like tell us. We want to know. Maybe
My
we miss
favorite-
things out.
My favorite I mean, there is like my favorite podcast. I'm gonna say is Fear and.
That's
It's the
the
one.
tier
with-
one.
No.
No,
Fear and is with Hassan Abi, Will Neff, Austin Show, and Cutie Cinderella.
Ben Hassan is there. It's yeah. But I watched also a few episodes. It's not always like extremely political. It's like more like
No, it isn't.
yeah,
They-
it's
they-
like,
when they have political guests there,
yeah.
then they are going to talk about politics.
What they don't talk about like Netanyahu, but what he likes more, Burger King or McDonald's.
But when they have I mean they had musicians as guests, like artists, other content creators, and it's always a bit different.
Yeah, it's great.
I like it.
It's great to have guests on your.
And they're also like very diverse
Yeah.
hosts.
Yeah, it's great. Like I hope we have also one day guests. If you want to
Yes.
be on that podcast, just email us.
We have a guest. Where is he?
Yeah, Garfield.
Yeah. Where is he?
Yeah.
We have a guest. Come here. Come here, you very big boy.
Yeah.
There we go. This is our guest.
Yeah, he's. I have a photo from him with a tie and Donald Trump hair.
When he was very small.
Yeah, but now he's like 200 pounds.
Now he's a big boy.
Yeah, but yeah, tell us your favorite podcast. Tell us.
Yes.
But sometimes you miss things out, and then the person said, watch it that. And for your mental health, don't watch always like true crime and things about Epstein, because it's not good for your mental
Yeah.
health.
You do not always have to know everything at every single second.
Yeah,
It's not good for you.
yeah,
You have to take a break.
yeah.
Um,
And just have your normal topics that you talk about, and then listen to it, because there are a lot of content now, not from the right, about Epstein, because the right, like, they refuse kind of to talk about it in
Yeah.
a real way, like
Yeah.
a democratic hoax and Bill Clinton and so on, and that kind of way. But I think Trump to the end, Trump will leak, like he will crash out and will be demented, and we are here to talk about it.
yes, we'll be here.
So,
We will be here.
I say bye bye.
Good.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Out.